They're so much better than the Fire, though.
I'm gonna talk about the piss color team.
But what else did it? No. But the U.S. men's national team, he's. What changes do you think we're going to see from this U.S. men's national team? Do you think we're going to see a different striker, or I think it's actually going to be a lot of the same people, but
I have
one or two changes?
I won't be surprised if Zimmerman is out of the lineup.
Yeah.
I won't be surprised if Josh Sargent sits on a bench next game.
And who goes in?
That is a good question. Who goes in? You could start off with Jesus Ferreira.
When does Gio get minutes? I feel like Gio is not starting next game. If he got minutes last game, whoever got minutes this last game as a sub might be starting. Those are the likely starters.
That's the controversy with this team right now is Gio Reyna.
Yeah, he didn't get any minutes, so it's going to be a lot harder to start
not only that, Berhalter mentioned, oh no, he has some muscle soreness.
Oh, shit.
But then Gio Reyna's like, no, I'm 100%.
Oh, he's not. But of course they'll say that.
So that's the big controversy, and that's the thing is, depending what happens in the next two games, whether if we lose them, people are gonna be like, "Oh, why didn't you play Gio Reyna?" If we win them, then it's like, okay, well, Gio Reyna's an afterthought. But you would think that he'll be starting eventually or soon, eventually on one of the next two games, or at least get some minutes. Why keep him on the bench? Why have freaking Jordan Morris play instead of Gio Reyna?
In a game where they did not give up the goal when they put Jordan Morris in yet, right?
Yeah.
But still, they got a result, and there's a lot to be hopeful for, I think, with this team, and hopefully the changes are minimal. Yeah, maybe Cameron Carter-Vickers, like you said.
This is one of those games where you kind of wish I had a guy like Pepe who's in a very good form. And unfortunately,
that you can pivot to.
Yeah. And unfortunately, Greg, thought someone else was better.
It sounds like Haji Wright's going to be the man then.
Well, what did you think of Haji Wright? I didn't think too much about him.
Hey, in his relief work, he didn't do too much, didn't he? I mean, but then again, Josh Sargent didn't have the greatest day. He just had a solid day. He did a lot of work that for the other guys. So did Haji. They both did work for the other guys, but but they didn't do.
Tim Weah was actually good though.
Tim Weah was fantastic, was he not? And so was Dest. Dest had a really great game, and I'm glad they probably played him to the max as long as they could, and then he needed some rest because I think he still has a little something he's working on. And then Jedi Robinson, I actually didn't have the greatest game, but he was so spectacularly solid. And Pulisic, man, just pulling on the streams. And then I saw some criticism for Pulisic, saying that he missed a couple passes. I don't know how you're feeling about that.
I mean, it's his first World Cup game. He's
yeah, good point.
He's probably still trying to get rid of that 2018 taste out of his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, eventually he's going to find his groove and then he's going to take off.
Connor thinks that it's going to be the exact same lineup. Players look to Zimmerman and Ream as the backline leaders.
That's a mistake.
Ream, yes, but and
Zimmerman.
Yeah, no, timeout. We're speaking on a recency bias with Zimmerman. Zimmerman was one of the best players in the qualifiers for them. Like he on the set pieces, we can't forget what that man did on set pieces for corner kicks. He was the guy.
Look who's in our qualifiers. We're not facing off against England or Italy or Spain.
Look who's in our qualifiers. We're trying to score on Costa Rica.
We're scoring on Costa Rica. We're scoring on Jamaica. We're scoring on Honduras. We're scoring on Mexico. Come on.
You know what would be huge, though, for USA? If Harry Kane was out with an ankle injury. Nothing coming out of the England base yet about Harry Kane's health, and I know that he definitely tweaked his ankle last game. They said it looked
He's always
pretty
tweaking.
bad.
He's always tweaking
He's
something.
always tweaking. So, but dude's a freaking warrior too. So
Let's see what's the latest news on Harry Kane.
Are you looking it up right now?
Yeah.
All right, beautiful. I'm
Let's
gonna,
see.
and also the last game I didn't cover for tomorrow while you're looking that up is Brazil versus Serbia. That's gonna be at 1:00. Brazil definitely has that game unlocked, but I do think that Serbia is a team that could come in and pull it off. Like they're a Japan type where Brazil is a Germany type, and I'm just saying I don't see Argentina as that same situation. The Saudi Arabians I don't see as the same as Serbia or as Japan. But maybe they are. They did really well in their group, and they say that they have a really good coach who's really good tournament tactics. So I also gotta present the inverse that I could be very wrong, and they could actually be very good and very well coached, and that could be the reason behind their success over in Iran.
Let's see here. I mean, a lot of the Japanese players play in Europe.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking on their roster right now on Transfer Market, their World Cup roster. I mean,
Harry Kane's getting an ankle scan.
that's not good. Like, two of their goalkeepers play in Europe. One of them plays in Strasbourg. I mean, let's see what we got here.
Boost for England as Harry Kane takes part in training after ankle scare. Okay, Harry Kane trained yesterday, and England are optimistic the striker will be fit for Friday's World Cup clash, writes The Independent at 3 a.m. London time.